Welcome back. Today we're talking about trash compactor.
Could be. Could
No,
be.
looks like a tankless water heater.
You're getting it dirty, Mark. Look
So,
at how beautiful this thing is.
Tankless water heater by A.O. Smith,
Yeah.
which they make. They've been in business for 1,000
Yeah,
years.
A.O. Smith is a very big company. They've been in business for over 70 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they. If you don't know of A.O. Smith, if you don't have an A.O. Smith, your neighbor's got an A.O. Smith, or somebody on your
You're a
street has
loser.
A.O. Smith.
All right, so what does this guy do that
So
other...
this is the A.O. Smith Proline EX condensing tankless water heater, and this is the 540p.
And so it's a tankless water heater. So
Yes.
you're using this for hot water in your house, take a shower, to do the dishes. It's not circulating for in-floor heating or anything like that?
You can do that.
Oh, it
you
does
can
both.
actually,
You can
yes.
do both, okay.
Yeah, if you had a holding tank you're going to separate, you need to keep it potable still.
Right.
You know, you could still do the radiant heat, yeah.
So what does this tankless water heater do that others do not?
So what this does, it has a recirc pump. Now, when
Okay.
I was in the trades, we didn't have recirc pumps. And what this does, the recirc pump, you can actually run the hot line out and back.
So
now, can you guess what that would be for?
So that means you always have hot water at your tap.
Exactly.
So instead of having so let's say you got a second floor fixture, and when you turn that hot water on, you're basically waiting for that water to go
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yep.
So this one you'd need to plumb in a loop, right? A loop from all the way down,
Yeah.
and it would just keep
Yeah.
slowly coming back and up and around.
Yeah, yeah, and so that's
Yeah,
one of the
that's nice. That's
biggest
great.
complaints about these is, in my tankless water heater, when you turn it on, you don't get the water right away. It takes a little bit.
But that's even a regular. I mean, if you're on a second floor, a regular hot water heater's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the cold spot in the line because you shut it off. There's some flow that goes through it on the cycle down, and then you have a cold spot in the line. And that's what's really cool about the full circulating pump on this, the circulation back. So back in the day,
But you couldn't retroing this if you had an existing house and you did not have that loop or easy access to make a loop. You wouldn't want that circ pump. It's not really going to do anything for you without that loop.
no, you need the loop. So if you're doing
But
a
new construction, yeah,
retrofit,
that's
you
no
need to make
problem.
sure that you can get the loop back.
Right.
New construction, it's very easy to make the return.
Okay.
You know, because you're running your hots out, you just need to make one line
Right.
returning back.
Yep.
So, but that's the biggest thing about these. There's a misunderstanding
It is
about
nice
these.
to turn on, and I mean, even in this building, that I don't know if you noticed, but in the break room, it's like 15 minutes before you get hot water.
Yeah, no, it is. And these save so much space these days. Your big water heater, sits
Yes.
on the floor, it's in
Yep.
the way. Yours goes out in 10, 15 years. You got to bleed it out. It doesn't
Right.
all get out. You got to try and get it up the stairs.
Well,
I mean,
and now they changed the code, so you need more insulation on. If you're buying a regular water heater, if you had that thing tucked into a tight spot, you can't buy another regular water heater that fits in that spot because they've changed the insulation factors, which have made those water
Because-
heaters bigger.
and because the efficiency,
could
they're
switch
trying
to
to get
this.
efficiency.
Right.
Yes. So this goes right up on the wall. On a retrofit, the cost comes into venting these. That's the problem,
This
getting the
thing-
vent out. There's a new, yes. So here's the heart.
So
of
where's
it.
the circ pump?
Look at how beautiful that is. It's on the bottom. The circ pump's in there, but it comes out the bottom. These run on gas or propane. You can get them. What I love is A.O. Smith runs like freeze protection on their lines. So let's say because you can mount these in different locations. Let's say you got a cabinet, it gets in an area that's a little
Heat
cooler.
goes out.
When this thing cycles and runs, it's got heat protection that runs on the inlet or the outlet or the drip loop that's in here, the condensate line that goes out, so the water doesn't freeze in there, so it doesn't have any issues.
Nice.
So with this also being so efficient, you can run PVC. So your intake and
So it's
exhaust,
like a
'cause it's high
90%
efficiency.
furnace.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's a 95%.
So you don't have to go
efficiency.
out the roof, you can go out the wall.
Yeah, you could go. Yeah, you can vent horizontally. Exactly. So and with that, so back in the day, just to back up a little bit, Mark, to get hot water on demand at your sink, you had to have a recirc pump right under the sink.
Oh, sure.
It was like electric, and it had
Oh,
to sit there
okay.
and constantly run and burn energy right there. So this, what happens is you set a temperature, 100 degrees on the recirc line. So you pick 100 degrees. So in that recirc line, it'll
Yeah.
always be.
So it's not always circulating.
No, it keeps at 100, and then once, let's say, it drops to the set temperatures like 85,
Yep.
it'll fire up, it'll run once the circulation until the water returns back
you
to it
can-
at 100
okay,
degrees, then
interesting.
it shuts down until it knows that it's back to 85, then it recircs again. So you have that. So, and to get those high efficiencies, I'm a huge fan. This thing's beautiful, honestly. There's a primary and secondary heat exchanger. That's how they're getting that high efficiency. So the water flows through the primary, goes through the secondary. It's using all the energy to create that 95% efficiency. So you can vent with that. Then also, the low flow sensors on the A.O. Smiths are really cool. You can turn the water on warm lightly, and it senses that, picks it up on the flow sensor, and it will fire the unit up to get called to give you that warm or hot water that you need at a really slow
So it's
slow
not
flow.
going to start burning at max.
No, that's a problem with mine. I turn it on right now, and that's what happens. It doesn't.
It burns at max. Interesting.
Yeah, well, not max. It's 3/4 to max.
Right.
So you got to fire it way up and then turn it down. Find that spot. You get it halfway, and then the flow sensor kicks off because it doesn't sense enough flow, and it shuts down our hot water. So then you got to turn the water way up, which is inefficient, right?
Oh,
you're
interesting.
burning water. So.
So it's very smart.
Yes, yeah. Then that's what they're becoming. You can set the temperatures through here for the circulation. You can set the max. So if you got kids, they can't get in the shower, turn it all the way hot.
Sure, and get burned.
Yeah, or you turn it all the way hot, forgetting you're putting your child in the tub. You know that the maximum's gonna be 110, 120, 105. Hot tub's usually 104. So whatever it ends up being. So that's really cool. So this unit right here will run 3 bedrooms in the north. And it'll run 3 bedrooms.
On average, if you have a 3-bedroom house,
it'll run 3 bathrooms. Excuse me.
I was going to say bedrooms.
Yeah. Well,
I don't have any water.
You don't plumb water in your bedroom?
No, I do
Okay.
not. So 3 baths.
It'll do 3 baths in the north
And
because
what is
they're
it-
cooler
what's the-
ground temperature.
What's the price tag?
And then it'll do 4 bathrooms in the south. A lot of stainless steel, a lot of copper,
Right.
a lot of aluminum. There isn't, that's
Rusting
big.
parts,
That
yeah.
means longevity. So if you clean these, I recommend once a year at least. You flush these. If you keep flushing these, they'll last 25, 30 years.
Wow.
I mean, double a water heater.
Okay.
So I know people get scared of the price right away, but when you take into everything, how
the
small they are,
savings
the
on
convenient,
saving on
the
electric
safety,
bill. Yeah.
everything about them.
Gas
And I gotta say, again, back to installing them, the biggest, hardest thing to do is venting properly because you don't want carbon monoxide in the home.
right.
And so getting that done, hiring a professional is the right way to do it. So.
All right. Tankless water heater, A.O. Smith, recirc pump. Josh is obviously a huge fan. We'll see you next time.